In most U.S. businesses, when we hear the term ADA or reasonable accommodation, we tend to think in terms of legal compliance and regulations. It's completely understandable. However, I'd like to take us to a different place for just a few minutes. I'd like to speak for a few moments about innovation. Consider Exhibit A, the North American Aeronautics and Space Administration, or NASA. Founded 52 years ago, they've already applied for more than 7,000 distinct, unique patents. These are things that you or somebody you know uses almost every day. Things like exercise machines and satellite radio, visible braces, scratch-resistant contact lenses, memory foam, shoe insoles, smoke detectors, the safety grooving that we see in our roads and bridges and runways, cordless tools, and in my business, electronic limb. Exhibit B, NASCAR. Lots of innovation there. Seat belts and radial tires, run flat tires, fuel cells and fuel injection, anti-lock brakes, passive restraint, and of course, faster and more durable engines. Exhibit C, the U.S. military. They brought us things like entirely new metals, night vision, GPS, cell phones, laptops, and more medical breakthroughs than we could list if we had all day. But why are these companies so successful with their R&D? What do these organizations have in common? Some would say that what's unique about them is that they operate in extreme environments. An extreme environment is a hotbed for innovation. Here's how it's defined: any environment in which one or more characteristics differ from the usual and customary way of doing things. Now, I'd like to submit to you two things. One is the best, most innovative companies in America operate in extreme environments. And two, each individual with a disability, whether that's an applicant or a currently employed person or a customer, brings to your place of business every day his or her own extreme environment, an opportunity for innovation. I have a few special words today for our viewers who are interested in technology. Have you seen Microsoft's new Windows 7? There's a program in there called the Ease of Access Center. Therein you'll find all kinds of interesting toys, things like magnifiers, speech recognition, touch recognition, and text prediction, and a number of other devices. Each of these was initially a request for access by some person with a disability to the technology. Hey, who invented the internet anyhow, really? Was it Al Gore? No, but he was helpful. So were a number of other people, including a fellow named Bob Wheatbrecht. He was born in 1920. Despite his inability to hear, he became an astronomer and a physicist of some repute. But Bob's real interest was in his ham radio. It allowed him, using Morse code, to communicate freely with the hearing world. Bob took his ham radio and a radio typewriter and merged parts of the two, and lo and behold, in 1964, he had something called a teletypewriter, or the TTY. This allowed Bob to communicate using a standard keyboard over standard phone lines with anybody from the hearing or deaf world. But at the heart of the TTY was an acoustic coupler. This evolved quickly into what you and I today call the modem. The modem was the key piece of technology that made possible the internet and email and cell phones and text messaging and everything else we have that's internet related. People with a disability each brings to your place of business an opportunity for innovation. That's how wheelchairs became the prototype for scooters, and then golf carts, which begot Segways. That ramps allow access to your place of business, not just other wheelchair users, but dads with strollers and pregnant moms and baby boomers and people who are a little too old, a little too infirm, people who use walkers or quad canes and can't navigate stairs. What about big screen TVs? Do you watch one? What about easy open packaging? Do you like that? Both of those originated as accommodations. And closed captioning? We like to see it in sports bars where we can follow a newscast or a ball game. All of these came about because people with disabilities requested access to your goods and services. 54 million Americans with disabilities. That's 54 million opportunities to innovate. In conclusion, some of us are still shying away from the employment of people with disabilities because of some of the hysterics we hear about the flood of litigation or the unreasonable costs of accommodation. But today, we tried to give you the true facts. We hope you'll reconsider. You don't want to pass up a really good opportunity to experience innovation, to retain productive workers, and promote inclusion in the workplace. My name is Brian McMahon. I'm a small business owner and have been since 1977 in a number of southern and midwestern states. Back in the 80s, I was director of operations of a large healthcare concern here in the Midwest. Today, I direct the national EEOC ADA Employment Project at Virginia Commonwealth University, where I'm a full professor of rehabilitation medicine and rehabilitation counseling. Thank you.